Hi, I'm Jim Berklin, editor of McKnight's Long-Term Care News, and I'm here at the AHC annual show in Chicago with Lyn Bentley, Director of Regulatory Services. Now, Lyn, there's been a GAO report that came out recently that made a lot of headlines, but you feel, and you're not the only one, thinks that some of that was maybe misconstrued, the news out of the report?
I do. Jim, one of the things that the title encompasses is what they looked at. GAO looked at the methodology that was used, and they were really very critical of the methodology that CMS is using to identify special focus facilities. The other thing that's important to understand is how GAO, identifies chain facilities.
And how would that be real quickly?
The chain facilities, from the GAO perspective, is consistent with what CMS, any company that owns 2 or more facilities is a chain.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Okay, and the other thing too though is that GAO did not find as many problems.
Well, GAO was again critical of the CMS methodology, and in applying the methodology in a more accurate perspective, as they thought, it identified 580 facilities who would be poorly performing. On the other hand, CMS identifies 715 in the nation. Of those 2 groups, CMS and GAO only identified about 300 of the same facilities.
And so while the headlines seem to say there were more poor performers, in essence, that's not really what was being said, was it?
Not at all. About 4% of the facilities in the country, according to GAO, could be identified as poorly performing.
Okay, now the big question seems to be, where does anyone go from here? Because the initial splash put one perception out there.
It's important for our members, certainly, and all people looking at nursing homes to understand that the GAO is critical of the methodology. There are fewer poorer performers. AHCA has been working consistently for several years with CMS, trying to have them refine the methodology they use for all of their programs in which they identify performance for nursing homes. And this is an area in special focus facilities that we'd like to work with them and improve the methodology.
And there are avenues working forward, there's hope for that to work?
CMS is the final arbiter of that question, but we continue to be hopeful and we continue to work in an active basis.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.